Hello, we are live. Don't see anybody here yet, but that's okay.
Maybe they're trying to be alive on a Friday.
Yeah, they're living their life on a Friday.
Yeah. I still don't know why you keep picking
Enjoy.
happy hour, like especially at the end of the week, and everybody's like happy hour, nothing else but happy hour.
We don't do happy hour. This is our happy hour.
And if it wasn't this, would probably be our sleep hour.
You're right. You sleep, me nap, and
Yep. Yeah. Friday night.
Full of adventure.
What happens when you start making all of your adventures away from home?
And then you come home to talk about them on social media. Well, someone hopped in. Say hello. Let us know who you are, please. Maybe you know us. I'm Jason.
I'm Becca.
Oh, it's Sarah. Hey, Sarah.
How are you? Yeah. Why do I sound like I'm Southern all of a sudden? I'm not.
Well, you're helping Sarah feel more comfortable.
Or more bogus. She's like, that's not.
That's fake.
Yeah, right.
You fake Yankee. He's doing good, she says. How'd you guys transition from getting home and no one there to prepare all your meals for you? Isn't that the one TikTok or trend? You know, you go from you got a person being videoed and they're up at the buffet, putting stuff on their plate. How do you transition from this to when you get home and they're looking for and there's nothing there
to
put on their plate?
I wouldn't
You haven't
know that
seen this?
feeling because I get to, go in the kitchen when you call me and it's there.
It's rough making go. You have any plans for your next cruise yet? Ready to plan another, she says. Well, that's fantastic. Yep. Seems like we're always planning one.
Yeah, I need you to slow
Slow
down.
down.
Stop planning like multiple cruises in the future because I can't keep them all straight.
Yeah. They're blending for me as well.
So you say, but you seem to know details every time I ask. So
It's true.
I'm wondering what maybe Sarah's or anybody else's, but favorite part about this ship was, or this past itinerary, I guess.
Yeah. Sarah says they're looking, but nothing yet. You got any ideas on what you might want to do? And so we just we booked the Carnival Horizon for June 20th, and that one's going to Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao. And we haven't been to any of those locations, so we're pretty excited to do that. Now that's out of Miami, which I'm not looking forward to.
Why?
Well, Miami is always known to be more expensive.
Right.
It's a lot busier because they have so many big ships there from all the different cruise lines.
I'm curious about the experience.
Yeah, well, I am
there's
too.
a lot more Cuban influence down there, and kind of an experience to get down and see a little bit different influence than we see other places. So, and there's so many ships that do go out of Miami.
Yeah, a ton.
Right.
Yeah,
so I figure,
from all the cruise lines.
Right. I figure if nothing else, just experiencing the port and getting to look around and.
Yeah, it's the number one busiest port for cruising. Fort Lauderdale is number 2.
Okay.
And then Port Canaveral is number 3. Which
According
we've done. That's the cruise rankings, yeah.
Cruise rankings according to
CLIA. No, CLIA.
I'm gonna call you on it.
No, CLIA.
I'm just curious. What's CLIA?
CLIA is the cruising. I should know it, but it's the Cruising Something Association. Yeah.
Okay.
She says. She had friends on the Carnival Breeze February 14th, so Valentine's.
Yeah.
And waiting to hear from another friend who may have one planned. Nice. If you'd like us to look for any deals, let us know. I can see if anybody has any groups or if there's group pricing for you. I don't charge to look, by the way. I don't charge to book either, so.
Yeah, that's true. Trying to think. I'm trying to picture us going on that. Well, we couldn't really.
Yeah, not with your,
but
yeah.
Valentine's Day, where you're going to be walking around going, we don't really do Valentine's Day. It's a commercial holiday. We don't need Valentine's Day to celebrate our love every day like we always
No,
do.
no. I love you every day, not just on
Absolutely.
Valentine's Day.
Absolutely. But just like New Year's comes all the time and it's really just another day on the calendar, we certainly have a New Year's cruise planned this time.
Yeah, this will be what, the first time, I mean, ever on a cruise for New Year's, but
Yeah, first time we've for a while
that we've even done anything
Yeah.
on New Year's instead of
that
just
was a
going to
big
sleep.
deal, right?
Oh, you get a good deal from the casino.
Yep,
Absolutely,
I
that's
bet.
awesome.
Yep.
And just FYI, I can also help with those. Again, a lot of travel agents don't do casino deals because it's usually a flat fee.
So what can you do that?
Well, I can still book them. They can still, I can still liaison for them and things like that.
Okay.
I can still, deal with the headache of the everyday.
Oh, just take care of everything.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know. Okay.
That a lot of people just don't want to do, but we do it for ourselves, and
Well, you do it for us. Let's be real. Come on, you're doing it. I'm not doing it.
Sarah, what was probably your favorite thing about the Jubilee? I mean, for the ship was really comfortable, I believe. I once, we got to know it a little bit, navigating it seemed, fairly straightforward. Once it stuck in my brain that you're either under the ocean on the waves or and then I know it's weird that the way you walk through the ship is like a kind of a river under the water type
river under the water.
Yeah,
okay.
You know, it does the winding, the current under the
Okay, I don't know about a river under the water, but go ahead.
The current under the water, however you want to phrase it.
Topography's not
No,
necessarily.
it's not my strong suit.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely agree. There was a lot of different kinds of shows.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I unfortunately, I kind of think we got out of just first thing that inspired, kind of stuck in kind of the similar kind of shows.
Yeah, we stuck to all the musicals and the performing arts types.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't really regret that.
No,
I wouldn't have changed it, and we missed a couple that I would have loved to have been there for if I wasn't either wiped out or.
Yeah. Well, we were both pretty tired that one night. We were really looking forward to 80s night, and
I mean,
we just
so looking forward to it.
Yeah, we had a blast on our last ship with it. Yeah. So we came all prepared, and then the evening came around, and we were just so tired. You were tired.
At least were able to go to the casino for a while, and
just a little bit. But I was in bed early too.
I would have. So funny. It was the whole evening. Like when we got on the ship, and then I saw the advertisement, for lack of a better word, for Spellbound.
No, Soulbound. I think that's right. Yeah.
And then we were looking it up, and I said to you, if nothing else, we will see that show. I will not get off of the ship without having seen that show.
And what do we do?
And then I said that and the 80s night. Yep. Rock and Glow 80s night.
But they were the same night.
And we didn't know that at the time. No. We quickly, within several hours, found out that they were on the same night. I can remember saying to you, okay, maybe we should go enjoy the spa. Maybe we should do things relaxing the day before, just so we can conserve energy, so I don't miss either things those nights. Right. And that was the night that, beyond any willpower I had, there was no way I was making it up. Like, I was so wiped out before dinner even rolled around. All I wanted to do was sleep.
And then we had a big dinner on top of it, because we went to Casino del Capitano that night.
Was that the same night?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I set myself up for failure.
Yeah, I mean, it was great food.
Oh, amazing. Yeah. But not the smartest. Yeah.
It just puts us in a food coma as well.
Yes. I was in just sleep, food, happy. Oh no, I'm missing everything I thought I wanted to do, but I just need to sleep mode.
It just gives us another reason to go back on the Jubilee in the future.
Yeah, but I'm wondering, the 80s rock and glow night that
That's a Carnival staple. So
all the time?
yeah,
Like
on
they
every
don't,
ship.
but
Yep.
for the end of time, or do they move on to different decades or different
Well, maybe another 10
influences?
years they might do
Oh,
the
so they
rocking 90s. I'm guessing. I'm
no,
guessing.
but I'm in all seriousness, has the 80s thing been around before this year, or is that something they did this year?
No, it's been around for quite a while, is my
Oh,
understanding
well,
anyway.
that's awesome. So then I can learn the rest of the dance video that I didn't learn before
For
this
the
one.
Thriller,
Yeah,
yeah.
I will take the other line dances any any day though, just because everybody knows them.
See,
Oh yeah, so at least you got to do it. Yeah.
yeah, that was awesome. Was it packed? I'm imagining it was. I'm imagining there was a lot of people there.
Yeah. More importantly, did you guys record Thriller video? Because that's like what I was
What did they do
practicing for.
Thriller?
Yeah. Did you guys do the Thriller dance and well, I don't want to call it a line dance, but yeah, it's been around for a while. I hope so, and I hope they stick it out for another couple years at least. If for no other reason, we have so many glow sticks.
Yeah.
Not
But
but
yeah,
not
but not crazy.
crazy.
That's
That's
good.
when we
Yeah,
were on
yeah.
the Pride. That's how I felt.
Yep.
There was
Yep.
plenty of people. You really felt like you were with a ton of people at a club, but it wasn't dangerous. Too many people, stampede kind of thing.
Oh, yep. They did Thriller.
Oh, see. Next time we need to know well in advance. You need to call somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. Find out exactly what night we can avoid excursions and everything.
Oh, so
Oh,
you guys learned it, then Kendall came out and y'all did it
so
together?
exactly how it was on the Pride.
Well, wasn't
Well, that's
Dustin
right.
was teaching you how to do it
Yeah,
as well.
yeah. Well, they might have just had somebody that taught them the steps, smaller ship. Maybe
Yeah.
Kendall, or yeah, Kendall just got to come out at the end. On the Pride, Dustin took us from the first step to the last, to the practice, to the final taping, all that stuff.
And
So,
then did the conga line and
oh yeah,
led the
yeah.
conga line.
Well, not right away. No, he didn't do that. That
I
wasn't
thought
Dustin yet.
that
Dustin
one.
came for all of Thriller on the
I
Pride.
thought the conga line was
No,
the
it
last.
was our
Oh no, you're
local
right.
DJ.
You're
And
right.
oh my goodness, I'm blanking on her name and I'm mad at myself for doing that. But our Baltimore DJ who was on
Yeah.
board, who
Hmm.
does Baltimore DC, she did all of that part. Dustin came in really when it was
Yeah,
time
that's
to do
true.
the Thriller stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe not unlike what they experienced on the Jubilee while we were sleeping or while I was sleeping. You were probably in the casino. I
No,
was
by the
sleeping.
time all that happened, I was back in the room because I wasn't.
You think?
Yeah, I was in bed by
Oh, didn't
10.
we think though that it started later
Hmm.
on the Jubilee, which probably was to our disadvantage?
Yeah.
Like I think the whole thing should have been an hour later in the evening than
Yep.
what we had. Plus, we were technically an hour behind our natural time zone. By then, we should have been adjusted, but
Yeah.
still,
Yeah.
Um, so that might not have helped. I'm trying to find all kinds of excuses to us being old.
The only excuse is we're old. That's it.
Oh no, there's
We don't
other.
need any more. It covers them
Blame
all.
the age. I can ride on
When
that
in
age
doubt,
for a
yeah.
few years. Yeah.
Yeah. Sarah said it was like 10:30 or so. So
Yeah, and but
I want to say on the
I
Pride,
think it
it's
was still.
started
I
around
want to say it was like
10.
9:15 for the pre
The
thing.
pre and by
Yeah,
what 10 o'clock it
yeah.
was
It
in
was
full
the one
swing.
late night we had. So
Yeah. Well, we were like
yeah,
1
we're not.
a.m. We didn't get to,
I know,
which
and
is
just the fact that
really
we're
late.
talking about
Yeah.
1 a.m. being late. You
Yeah.
remember the days when even when we already had two children,
Yep.
where we still waited until 10 o'clock at night to go out anywhere because
Yeah.
nothing was happening before 10 o'clock. And then we got up at 5 a.m. and did what we needed to do the next day. That could not happen now. No, so old.
I was surprised in just how good a lot of the food was. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah,
we've been on other ships and
kind of
you,
everywhere.
and kind of just certain things are very good, but this was I mean, the buffet's the buffet. It's cruise food. Nothing spectacular jumped out at me on the buffet, but the the included for like shebang,
Oh, that was
Calcino del
amazing.
Capitano. I really liked the chicken or the meatball parm at Beach Buns. That was really good. That's where
Love
you got
that.
that one sandwich that you weren't too happy about. It was just a little too crispy for you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you got
No,
the
wait.
no, you got the
Beach Bum.
was it the margarita sandwich?
Is that the place that I really should have gotten grilled cheese
Yes,
from?
yes,
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
Because oh no, I got the caprese
Oh, caprese
salad
salad
sandwich.
sandwich. That's it.
But I also got a time of day that I knew it probably was not going to be in its greatest shape. And I would have been better off getting grilled cheese. I was trying to
Yeah.
somehow save calories in some way,
Well, that
but it was still
excuse
good.
me, that meatball parm was really good.
Yeah,
And
that's what you
then
said.
um, Guy's Pig and Anchor really liked all the meat.
Mhm.
Collard greens was good. Potato salad was good, but the mac and cheese was just garbage. Sorry, I know that's mean. It just wasn't
It
good.
was, first of all, it wasn't fake mac and cheese.
It was fake mac and cheese.
Yeah. I find it hard to believe that's what Guy
Yeah.
Fieri actually sells is his mac and cheese. I think we got whatever like when you run out and this is what you're
Yeah,
stuck with
right.
version. Because yeah, it was nothing special, that's for sure.
And then was it C-Day brunch?
That was good.
That was
Wait,
really
oh,
good.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, that was good.
I had the huevos rancheros, and you got the chicken and waffles for your very
Yep.
first time.
First time ever. Now I get it. If it's like that elsewhere.
Yeah, so we definitely ended up in a food coma on many different nights, and
My body's still in food coma.
yeah, easily
I'm
gained
still
10
there.
pounds. And then that one video we did, the review video that we did talking about it, we probably gained another 10 pounds.
Okay, let's blame it on that short video. No, I don't think that's why somehow. No, definitely enjoyed eating, and my body's just, reminding me every day how much I enjoyed the eating.
Although the desserts on Carnival so far are just, hmm,
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of their desserts.
No.
Definitely not their cookies. The ice cream's good. Cookies, not so much. I definitely think Royal does the
Yeah.
desserts better.
Yeah. Yes. I think I'm trying to compare like dining room to dining room too. But I would still say yes. I would probably lean towards Royal, both from what they serve in the dining room to what is kind of in the buffet area. And then we all know everything's sort of attached in some way. So even the things that are available in, their off hours
Yeah.
places, their
Yeah.
bistros and places like that. Yeah, I would say overall, Royal gets the dessert sweet tooth nod for
And
sure.
Guy's Burger is, in my opinion, the second best burger at sea.
And unfortunately, the first best, well, not unfortunately, but the first best doesn't leave nearly as many options to get on sea and try it. Correct?
Right now. There's only two options right
Right.
now. They'll have a third
Right.
next year, but
Guy's Burgers is still certainly a good runner-up.
absolutely.
Again, which is not to say that, okay, here goes my brain blanking, but Royal Caribbean's
Johnny Rockets.
Johnny Rockets it's not bad, and the service is fantastic.
That shouldn't be happening.
It's not me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say mine's always on silent now that work started.
Well, when I'm using it, that shouldn't happen.
So.
We do have a second person watching. Can you say hey? Let us know who you are.
They're trying to be quiet and stealth and not be part of the conversation.
Like, dang it.
Which is also okay, just to put it on and listen and watch later.
Yeah, true. Absolutely. We're going to have fun talking either way.
I mean, Sarah's probably like, please, somebody join me. I don't know what else to ask.
But Sarah, let me give you a big shout out. You did a fantastic job managing the Facebook group and getting people interested and just so
and
clap. Can't see my hands, but thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah. However that goes.
Okay, you're not a teacher.
Jazz hands.
Just answer not this way. What are you
What is
grasping
this?
at? Well, it's this way, not
Oh
this
yeah, this
way.
way. Sorry.
Hands. You know where those hands are trying to go, I guess.
But anyway, great job. Thank you so much for doing all that.
Yeah.
This is us. This is what we do
Yeah.
in the evenings. This
Yeah.
is how we interact with one another all the time.
Pretty
So
much. Okay. Well, no, I'm not. I try not to be as annoying. Okay. Yep. There you go. Says it all. I hope my daughter's recording this for our granddaughter, even if they're not watching. Just see.
yeah, Sarah says she wants to hear about day one fiasco.
Oh my god. Oh, I forgot.
We
Oh
will
my word.
absolutely get there. We want to make sure we do know
That's
some other
right.
people wanted to hop on. We will absolutely get there, and we will spill all the beans.
Let's just say I hope it never happens again.
Yeah, agreed. And it could happen to anyone.
Yeah.
So
And it could happen to us again. Well, the odds should say that it wouldn't, but still.
yes, yeah.
But my anxiety level can only handle so much. So, yeah.
Yeah, Sarah, it'd be awesome to cruise with you again. Absolutely. You know, we probably would absolutely do cruise out of Galveston again, especially if,
Oh, it not by alcohol out of Galveston
yeah,
again, but
not by
definitely cruise out of Galveston.
yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was fantastic as far as the things that were around there to do, and
Well, we stayed about 30 minutes north of Galveston in our hotel, and
but
we
even the things that we were taking in were
oh yeah.
in
Yep.
the Galveston
Yeah, we
area.
went to Space Center there in Houston. You know, did a tour there. That was really fun. Did all the VR stuff. Toured the training facility.
Yeah, and we didn't even really get to do half of what
And we
we
spent
probably
about
would
4
have.
hours there that day.
Yeah, there
So
was so much more to do, and not additional cost just to do that we
yep.
didn't get a chance to. So
And then we did the typical tourist stuff and going to Kima,
yeah.
which we enjoyed. It was nice seeing that. Nobody really there, but
Well, we went to you figure when we got there, it wasn't exactly boardwalk hours yet.
true.
And we were going kind of to go to the restaurant on the boardwalk, not really
Yeah.
to be part of a boardwalk. But it seemed like that was pretty much everybody who was there at that time of day. And we kind of felt bad because you've got people at boardwalk amusements, balloon, bean bag toss, shooting hoops, which I keep calling basketball, but that's okay. Um, balloon pop, like all of that kind of stuff I associate with like a state fair or an amusement park. And I felt bad because they were great attendants. They were doing all the things they're supposed to do. But okay, Jason Postlewaite, what is happening? Oh,
I don't know. Well, I turned it off.
CP's gone.
So your 14-year-old daughter got suitcase got hit by dog when I'm guessing her
Yeah.
carry-on. Like there's no way she had anything illegal. Freaked her out a bit, I bet. Then told me, and then they told you had to keep walking. Yeah, no way. You're gonna
Well,
stop.
not when it's your daughter who's underage. Of course, no, you're her guardian. Why would you stop?
Absolutely.
See, was this on the way getting on the ship during
the
security?
security. Yeah, I would imagine.
Maybe it was that same woman. No, that we
No,
didn't have dogs around us.
Yeah,
Actually,
this
I
would
shouldn't
be
say
right
that.
after you're through that one dog right before you went
Just
up the
one
escalator.
beautiful dog that wasn't
Yeah,
really.
that's my guess.
Interesting.
Did they
She didn't
force her
seem
to
like
open the bag and stuff?
Yeah, I was gonna say because that where we were, unlike when we cruised out of Baltimore in Carnival, where they had us put our bags up and let the dogs visibly.
Yeah,
sniff
literally
them.
put your bags like in a lineup.
Yeah, and
that's before you even go
right.
through the security
Whereas
scanners.
here is after.
Yeah.
The only dog we saw doesn't mean that other people didn't have different experiences.
Right.
But we only saw a dog after we had gone through all the screening, and we're walking up, and there was one dog with an officer, but he wasn't releasing her really. So I'm not even sure if she was actually in sniff mode, honestly, because he never released her the whole time we were walking around,
Right.
which I would think he would have had to if she was actually supposed to be actively, sniffing. But I wonder because we got, out of Baltimore, it's blatant. Before and that's before you get to the scanners. This was we
Yep.
only saw the
Yeah,
dog
literally put your
after.
I mean, you had like 10, 15 people, all of them. You all have to put your bags like up in a lineup,
This was out of Baltimore, not
and then you have
Galveston.
to take like 5 steps
Yeah,
back.
you line up along the wall. It feels very. I mean, the
Again, it's
first
a
time it happens,
lineup.
you feel very criminal.
Sure. So yeah, he said, "Well, you got to get searched also," and I was like, "I don't care. I had nothing to hide." Of course,
Yeah. Okay. Oh,
they
that's
opened them
good.
up one
Okay.
time. They
Yeah, because
patted me
that's
down, but luckily,
14. That's not a time to be getting patted down
yeah,
especially for nothing. And they shared with us when we had our experience that there are times that it's around everywhere. It's recreationally legal in a lot of places. It's medically legal and even more. And sometimes whether it's just somebody in your house or somebody around, the smell can get on things and a dog will hit on it, but it doesn't mean anything. It's not because there's anything there.
right.
It just the dog just caught something. Um, so yeah. I still feel like it's funny because Carnival gets bad raps for a lot of things, but yet as far as screening, they are so strict.
Yeah, one
It's
of the strictest.
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Royal Caribbean's much different.
Well, I mean, I'm not trying to like throw RCI under the bus
No,
or
yeah, no,
anything.
no.
I'm sure their security's great. You just don't, or maybe you're unaware of how they're screening. Who knows?
Right.
But Carnival, it's a lot more upfront with the dogs.
Mm-hmm.
And certainly gotten called on things that you don't get. I mean, like just even the corks in the wine that was, how it was.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
wasn't ever an issue anywhere else. So they're definitely a lot more scrutinizing, at least out of the ports that we've taken Carnival out of.
We're gonna probably give it another 5 minutes, and then we'll get into the story.
Oh, yeah.
Should only take us about 10, 15 minutes to
Well,
explain
honestly,
it.
if it's just them, I wouldn't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
No reason to hold everybody's evening up.
I mean, obviously they let us back on the ship,
Yeah.
so it wasn't
Yeah.
anything too detrimental. But
And it's probably not something completely different than Sarah's experience, but just more tedious to get figured out.
yeah, yep. I mean, and it's over a longer span of time.
Well,
So,
yeah. I think that was my frustration. I would have almost rather it happened like that, like whatever questions they had. But ours was also in our checked baggage that became
yep,
an issue,
yep.
not initially. So
But yeah, I would definitely cruise out of Galveston again, especially with flying from Baltimore. It's way cheaper to fly
for
to
now,
Houston,
yeah,
Houston lobby, and Houston hobby, um, out of Baltimore because Baltimore is a Southwest hub and Houston hobby is a Southwest hub, so it's a bit cheaper to fly like that. Um, and it wasn't. I mean, the Lyft driver we had got us to the port, you know, plenty of times. She did a fantastic job.
oh yeah,
It didn't cost a fortune. Um, and then when we, are on debarkation, I mean, we did have to wait a while for our shuttle bus to get there. I mean, she was on time with when we were supposed to be picked up, but after we left, it we had to do we what drove maybe 15 minutes, and then all of a sudden we noticed we're turning back around to go back to the port
yeah. Oh,
because
even
I don't know if maybe another bus had an issue or
they never
what.
explained either.
Yeah, but another like 6 people got up back on our shuttle, but that whole roundabout part took almost 45 minutes to do that because of all the traffic.
Right. Which I was 1,000% okay with because it just meant that much
We
less time
we had
sitting
to
in the
wait at the airport,
airport.
right?
So I'm just kind of absorbing Sarah's last comment and wondering why they patted her down if her daughter's bag was caught with a sniff.
But luckily she didn't have to get patted down.
Her daughter,
Oh,
but patted her down.
yeah.
Her daughter, which thank goodness. I mean, that, like I said, that is not an age where you should have to go through that, especially for nothing. But they still patted Sarah down.
Maybe because they couldn't pat a minor down. Yeah, that's weird.
But that doesn't make any sense with them telling her that she could keep walking.
Yeah.
then why did they feel a need to pat her down? They were going to excuse her and have her go out of the reach of security anyway, despite the fact sounds like she was trying to communicate that was her daughter. And then when they're sorting it all out, they feel they need to pat her down. Sure. And I'd rather they pat down the adults, I guess. I mean, it depends which side of the perspective you're looking from, but I'm still confused why they felt the need to pat you down if you were originally not even. I just feel like that was a little bit extra when they would have. It sounds like they would have just sent you through normally if your daughter's bag or whatever wasn't detected, clearly for nothing, but it still sounds like the bag. Oh, yeah. Wow, out of her bag though. Just like the probability of,
Yeah.
or unless it was something like an item clothing she had on, maybe then I could see the logic, but just still very excess, which is not to be critical of their security because I have nothing negative to
Yeah.
say about their security at all.
We might as well just go
Yeah, I
ahead and
was gonna
start
say, why
talking.
don't you just share?
Okay.
Because we're building it up like it's
Yeah.
not that big a deal,
Well,
really. But
the
it
anxiety
felt
that
like it.
surrounded it all
Oh my
and the drama
goodness.
that surrounded it
Oh,
all was the biggest part.
I don't think my heart is still quite.
Yeah.
Even when we talk about, it, I get a little
So
stressed.
we're already on the ship. Okay, we decide we're going to we get our muster drill done. That's all taken care of. We decide, all right, let's go sit and chill and get a drink, get something to eat, and then just kind of hang out, chit chat,
Right.
whatever, until our room is ready. So we're sitting and eating at Blue Iguana Cantina. You had just were on your way back, or you just sat down from
Finally,
getting something to eat yourself, and then you hear your name.
You didn't hear it at all?
I heard Rebecca. I didn't hear the last part, and
Oh,
then
okay.
but it's my hearing.
Okay.
You confirmed because you heard the last, and then you're kind of like stunned.
Oh, I was.
I saw this
So
look
weird.
on your face going, "It WTF?"
Oh,
You know,
absolutely. Because it wasn't like they were calling. I figure if it's the cruise line calling for something that has to do with our account or our tickets or
or
something, or
something's wrong with someone at home. They're just
well, yeah.
they're
Well,
just
that was
asking
my
us to
first
come
panic,
to
though. Right.
guest services.
Yeah. And that was the first thing that had me stressed is, okay, why are they asking for me? First
Right.
of all, and oh my gosh, that must mean it has to do with my mom or dad who are older, or our children or grandchild.
Yeah.
And so I'm freaking out because of that, but then I'm also my brain is also kicking into rationality and going, well,
They would have just called one of
yeah, they
us.
would have called our phones first, and they certainly would have pursued calling you because you are the reliable one to always answer. And we hadn't gotten any calls, any text. We were not even on ship's Wi-Fi yet. We were still,
Yep.
So but that scared me even more because then I'm like, okay, it's not that most likely. What in the world?
So we finish up eating. We pack.
No, we didn't finish. We swallowed everything and took
Yeah.
off.
Yeah. Grabbed our bags, what we had, and went. Started making our way down to guest services, which was there was a little bit of a line. So we had to stand in the line there, and the whole time we're spinning our brains, going, "What the heck can be going on here?" We finally get up to guest services, explain, "Hello, you just called my wife, down here," and he didn't seem to know why.
Took forever. He was you could see him sorting through different pages and
Yeah,
different
looking through
things.
his computer, he got on the phone, and what seemed to be like 15, 20 minutes
It
later.
wasn't that long.
I know it
But
wasn't,
it
but it did
felt
seem
like
that
it was
way.
forever. It's probably 5 to 8 minutes, maybe.
He said, "You guys are going to have to go down to the gangway and meet security." And I asked him, I said, "Do you know why? What's this about?" And he goes, "No, I'm sorry. I don't know. Maybe security will know more when you get down there." So grab our bags, start making our way down to the gangway again, where people are still coming on, coming on
Just
in
the
droves.
last vestiges. There's the last few people.
So the lady down there at security, we let her know why we're there. She didn't seem to have a clue why we were there either. So she starts making a few phone calls. finally, gets
It tells
some
us to have a
answers
seat.
and says, "Okay, I don't know why security
Yeah,
wants
they
you,
want to talk to you.
but someone from security is going to come up. They're going to escort you off the ship. But for now, I need you to go wait over in Grand Central, so have a seat there, and they'll come and get you. And you will need to take all your bags with you." And we're like,
Well, to the spot, but she wasn't clear on whether we had to take them off the ship or not. All she knew is
right.
we and our bags needed to go sit and wait for someone from security to come talk to us. And did you even catch the name of the gentleman that actually did come talk to us?
I did not.
I didn't either.
I didn't see a name tag either. I think I
I
was
think he
looking.
had one
Did
on,
he?
but
Okay.
again, everything moved very quickly at that point. And
Yeah,
so
and our
you
brains
go ahead,
spinning.
yeah,
The fact that
because we're
nobody
sitting
can
there for a
tell us
while.
anything.
No, and we're sitting
Yeah, there we sat
there.
for a good
Yeah,
little
it was
while.
a while. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
25 minutes easily.
yeah, and I was concerned because had already pulled everything from the gangway. All of the customers, cruisers were on board. They certainly weren't accepting new cruisers. So everything had already been wrapped up. And I'm thinking, okay, why would they wait this long? Because I thought maybe it had something to do with the bag that we checked. But I figured at that point, well, would they still be
If there
processing
was something
bags?
wrong in the bag, they just would have taken it out of the bag
Well,
and then
because we have TSA locks, but still, it was still okay, I can't even say maybe it has something to do with the bag because I figured at that point it was too late to be related.
right.
So then I was like, well, what in the world would this be about? But we're sitting in one of the most popular common areas of the ship
Right.
where
Yeah,
people
we've
are,
we've got our
we've got
company
monkey love
shirts on
travel,
and
like blasting from us. And then security finally comes over to talk to us and says that we are going to have to go see somebody. He's not sure who yet, but we need to follow him off the ship. And yes, we need to take our bags with us. So it was weird and felt really uncomfortable walking off that ship with our bags. But at first I'm thinking, okay, so if it's a question about a bag, no big deal. It's probably just come around, talk here. But then he is booking it
yeah,
all the way to we're at the front of the ship originally, the foremost gangway, and he is booking it along across from the ship, but we're all the warehouse
on the
and
dock,
yeah.
yeah.
And he's like going so quickly that we're struggling to keep up. I'm like trying to roll
Your
behind him,
bags in tow.
looking behind to make sure you're still caught up with us. And it's happening so quickly. And all I can see is I don't see him actually going anywhere. I just see him what looked like headed to the very end where the
Like near the
parking
parking
lots
lot,
were.
yeah.
So then my brain's going, oh my gosh, we're getting kicked off and sent to the lift or the parking area as if to say, get off and find your way home. So my brain was going in so many different directions. I was so panicked and we were
And
practically,
her anxiety is just
oh,
building and building and
because
building.
I had no clue. If there was something that made sense in my head that I
Yeah.
thought, okay, it must be this and this is just a pain in the butt, but I had no clue. So I'm just every possibility on earth and in every weird TV show you've ever
Yeah.
watched was just pouring
And
into
we
my
finally
head.
get down to one of the bay doors and he asks us to, stop, wait here for a second. He goes in, talks to somebody
He
for a
was
couple
looking for
minutes.
Steve. We knew by then that he
He
was
was
looking
looking
for
for Steve.
Steve,
Yeah.
who turned
Um,
out to be lovely. But
so then he
yeah,
comes back out and we walk down a couple more doors, one of the big
like bay
garage
doors.
doors,
Yeah.
and then we walk in. Um, and he's like, "Go ahead and set your bags down. We're gonna wait for Steve." And
But then I saw our bag.
yeah,
Like,
and went, "Oh, our bag's over there." It's just one of our little bags. It's normally a carry-on, but we had packed some other stuff in it. Didn't feel like carrying it on board.
right.
Um, so the one guy who was near our bag um, said that your bag got flagged for a reason.
Right.
Um, and he
Could have
picks it
been.
up and he starts
He
can,
said could have
can
been the dogs hit on something. Could have been a sensor went off. Could have been
well
something
no,
they
Steve said that the guy who picked up your bag and asked you to unopen it,
initially because he hadn't looked to see the tagging on the outside
right,
at first.
asked you to open it
Right.
because we did have a TSA lock on it. You opened it.
Which turned out to be really the problem.
Yeah. So at this time, Steve shows up. He's the supervisor. And let me say, everybody is being super nice.
Everybody,
They
yes.
offered us waters
Mhm.
and, just they couldn't have been more
Yeah, they're
professional.
yes,
So kudos to them for that.
absolutely.
Steve starts talking to us and, he goes, well, sometimes what these happen, the dogs will hit and,
And it could just be a smell in your
could
house because somebody
something,
else,
something. And
yeah.
then while he's saying that, the other security guy who's actually
You're digging through
got
my
got the
brain,
bag open, he
basically, yeah.
goes, let me stop you there, Steve. It's not from a dog hit.
Yeah, there's no
It's
tag.
just the scanner set something
Yeah,
off on the
because
scanner.
apparently a dog hit, there would have been a particular tag
Right.
stuck
And then
on it.
Steve goes, "Oh, okay, so we just need to get in and see what your bag is." And we
Right,
didn't it was locked, so we couldn't get into it.
right. Yep, that's all
And
it was,
I
basically.
said, "Well, it's a TSA lock. You guys have TSA keys, correct?" He's like, "We do, but it is, we'll get slapped on the hands if we go into a bag that's locked if we can't
I
immediately identify
right.
that it's drugs, a weapon, or something like
Something
that."
has to be removed and something that
Yeah.
probably is either a safety issue or a legal issue. And it
So,
was not showing them anything that
yep.
it was just a sensor hit.
Yep, and they couldn't
Yeah,
they didn't say why the sensor went off, it was just a sensor hit. So as they're going through the bag, you explain that, "Well, we do have a lot of magnets to
magnets
decorate our door," and then
could be
Steve
bad.
goes, "That's probably it."
Yep. And as soon as they found them, they were like, "Oh, yeah, this might have done it," and no big deal. But
So they finish
yeah,
searching, the bag, and, okay, the guy starts putting everything back,
yeah,
you know?
very neatly, bless his heart, because
Literally, it was a whole lot of freaking drama
for
and
nothing.
anxiety
Yep.
for something so simple.
That
I
was,
mean, this
yeah,
is
to
all over
everybody.
like an hour and a half worth of drama and
Hmm.
anxiety because no one could tell us why. It would have been a lot
Right.
easier if we had known why. But I mean, I get it.
Well, wouldn't I guess it really wouldn't have changed anything in the process, because even if they had communicated to security at the front, who had communicated to guest services that this is a bag issue, sensor set off a tag, they just need to go down so security can escort them to where bags are. Like if they had explained all that up front, what would have helped was it would have solved our freaking out anxiety, because
Yeah,
we know what's in our bags. We know there's nothing in there that's a problem. Like I wouldn't even been worrying, because especially since we had already had a stop before where our bags have practically been unpacked. I knew there's like I couldn't even think of a time when somebody could have snuck something in our bag. So it's not like the outcome was bad.
no,
It's just, and I felt bad for our stress levels, but I also feel bad for guest services who's having to put up with us having them look, and they don't know and they can't help us. So right away, our impression is not good there. And
right.
then you go down to security at the front who also knows nothing, and she was lovely. It's not like in hindsight we have complaints, but in the moment it wasn't the best impression when they don't know anything.
Yeah,
And then when security comes to get you and he doesn't know anything, and he was a
it's
lovely
just
man,
one layer of
yeah,
drama and
it
anxiety on top of
was.
the
It was,
other.
and it would be different if we were carrying a weapon or a blade of some sort or something that set off the sensors, because it should have.
Right.
But to think that magnets that go on a lot of cruise ships,
And
scissors that go on other cruise ships that are problematic. Apparently, dogs smelling things that sounds like in Sarah's existence probably didn't exist, and them having to pat people down. While I am so in respect of the people who do security, because I feel like they have a really crappy job to do sometimes,
yeah.
and the process. And I was a lived through 9/11 through my most aware days
Right.
and scared to death kind of thing. I so appreciate screenings and everything people do to keep everybody safe.
Now, to play
But
devil's advocate a little bit, the dock security are not Carnival employees. So, but it
right,
was
no, it's not
Carnival
devil's
employees that
advocate.
were,
It's why that
yeah.
it's
So
an
that might be
explanation.
the biggest explanation what the communication
Yeah,
breakdown was
it's not
from.
devil's advocate. It's just
Yeah.
explaining why it happens that way.
But Sarah,
This is legit.
you're absolutely correct. I went after this. I went onto the website and drilled down through a lot of the details.
Oh, yeah.
They do say to not lock your suitcases.
For
Okay.
getting onto the ships.
Yeah.
So between flying wherever, then we should
Unlock
not
them
lock
once
them.
we're boarding. Okay, but it
Mhm.
also does say they do have TSA keys if, they need to. So, I
Yeah, but I
mean,
guess if you're somebody who knows that you have nothing that they would ever need a key for,
right.
probably makes
So
more
I
sense to unlock
appreciate the
them.
aspect that they didn't just break the lock, or, I get why they,
Yeah,
um,
it's just so much to
but
go through
yeah,
for something
over
so silly. Yeah.
magnets. Now, don't get me wrong,
Yeah,
there
that's yeah.
were a lot of magnets.
There were, but come on. Come on. They're not you can't tell me other people don't bring that many. Maybe because I did so many crazy little homemade original magnets where I was
Yeah,
using the really tiny ones too. So they probably saw like this influx of something
everything was just this
metallic,
giant
and then there's
void.
probably a little speckling everywhere else of all the other little. I can't even understand why it would set off the sensor. It's just so frustrating that they couldn't just go in and look and be like, "Oh, this crazy lady, she must teach," or
Right,
because
yeah.
yeah, I looked it looked like the bag of a crazy, insane teacher with magnets and, cut and paste kind of things and stuff everywhere. I felt so bad for the guy putting everything back in. So I said to him, okay, I don't usually like for people to see the chaos that is the inside of my brain. And he was like, yeah, yeah. Like he didn't argue, like he agreed. But he also was like, trust me, I've seen far worse, and so on and so forth. I'm thinking, yeah, dude, you just totally agreed with me, not even meaning to.
Yeah, and they
But he
start
was amazing. They were all
yeah,
so
they were all
nice,
very, very nice.
and by then I was like relaxed and like,
Yeah, it was funny because the one guy starts packing the suitcase back up, and he's like, when we get it all packed up, you guys are free to take it with you if you like, and you'll be escorted
yeah. So
back onto the
obviously it wasn't
ship.
a problem.
So
Yeah.
no big problem there.
Mm.
But it was what was really funny is Steve, while everything's being packed up, he made a point to thank us,
Oh, yeah.
which surprised me. I'm
Yeah,
like,
it
okay, well,
did. That
why
did
are
take
you
me off
thanking us?
guard.
He's like, I appreciate you guys being so cool and calm about this and
On the
professional.
outside, apparently, because I was
Yeah.
not calm on the
Well, and you
inside.
said that. You said,
Ooh,
"Well, you're welcome, but I'm a nervous wreck on the
oh
inside."
gosh.
I mean, because this is our business as
Yeah,
well. We're
yeah,
not going to do anything to ruin our business and ruin the relationship that we have with Carnival. I mean,
right.
that's
Or
jeopardizing
just
our
or set
future. And
horrible examples for people too. I
yeah,
mean, it's one thing to be a person who's, but if this is your business, or you don't set that kind of
absolutely.
example,
But it was just funny that he
even if
took a
you,
time to thank us.
oh
It was
yeah, yeah,
weird, because he said you wouldn't believe how many people just when it's something simple like this are just immediately irate about
right.
the whole process. I
Well,
mean,
what
I
I
mean,
thought
I can
was,
understand that from the lack of communication side, but
yeah, for sure.
I mean, there was no issue. I mean, it inconvenienced us, but
Now, if
oh
it happens
well.
every time,
Every time. Oh, okay, yeah,
okay, so then we might have something different to say. But yeah, for
yeah.
first off, if this was just a learn better kind of experience, or okay, what I thought was really cool, funny, whatever, was him sharing what people are known to or what they have in the
Oh, yeah,
warehouse of
yeah.
all the things that people have tried to get on,
The
couldn't get on.
microwave.
Microwaves and coffee makers in their suitcases. I mean, I can understand. We've talked to many people
I mean,
who've
I've seen
said,
pictures of crock pots and things
well,
like
that's what, oh,
that.
he said mini crock pots.
Yeah.
But they're,
The
mini
microwave floored
refrigerators.
me.
No,
The
actual
refrigerator,
little,
that's right. Yeah.
yeah. And what's funny is from his perspective, his whole thing is, don't they have that on the ship for you?
Do.
So as being the middle person, I guess part of me is going, well, no, not everybody has one in every room, and no, not necessarily. But then the other part of me is like, who tries to pack a mini fridge to get on a cruise ship? And if you know anybody who has, it's not to be judgmental. I would love to hear like what the thought process is behind being willing, if nothing else, to sacrifice the space in your luggage to pack any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't do it. I'd be like, "Nope, sorry, my outfits and my clothing and whatever else are more important."
And Sarah said she'd have never known, but at the duck exchange that it had happened. Oh, good. Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean, it took us a while to forget. I mean, when we got back on the ship, I mean, obviously he escorted us back on the ship took us to our forward elevator, which was nice of him.
Oh
Um,
yeah, they were.
and then by that time it was exactly 1:30, so our
Yeah, it was,
room was ready.
yep.
So we
As we were walking on, they're like, "Your
beeline
room's
straight to the
ready."
room.
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, we're going to the room."
I took that shirt off right away. That
Yeah,
was like,
he
and it's
did.
my favorite of our shirts. But I was like, this has got to go off. Hopefully, maybe if my hair's up and everything looks different, nobody will be like, those are the people getting escorted off the ship.
Yep.
So,
So yeah, once we got to the room, we needed to chill for a bit. We needed to decompress. Um,
and then we did. And that duck exchange, by the
that
way,
was
it
fun,
was fun, but like it was so much fun. And I wish we had like spent more time
but brought better ducks. Yeah,
individualizing our ducks and making, like, I'm thinking, I think we did it on purpose in really just regular duck way, because I think
right.
we were thinking not to be too much,
Yeah.
not to be extra, as my daughters tell me that I am all the time. So I was even with we did a gift exchange, and we were both, you were more reminding me not to
Yep.
go
Sarah was
nuts
part of
out.
that too.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, so I was proud because I was as minimalistic as possible. And then when we actually went through
It's not
the
often you're
gifts and
outdone with gifts.
no, and I'm okay with it. Yeah, it was just that, like, I felt like I was having Christmas over and over and over
Yeah,
again,
it was good,
but I
Sarah. So good
felt,
job.
but I
Yeah.
felt like the stingy elf who just snuck around, like, here you get this,
Yeah.
just because we didn't know.
I mean, John personalized
Uh,
all the things, the ducks that he
and
did the
everything
3D
was just,
printer for, and
yeah.
then made sure, like, in his gift bags to include, like, the Ravens and, the football cards. So thank you, John, if you end up seeing this.
And I was afraid to even ask you about backgrounds of people. Like, I didn't know if that was nosy. I wasn't sure. We hadn't done it before. So I didn't know
Yeah.
if they needed to
Yeah.
be like the same exact thing for each person. I'm thinking in terms of like us with airfare, that I wanted to make sure that I wasn't, you know, including anything that people had to carry extra baggage for. But we will definitely be a lot more fun next time we do that.
Yeah, on our next cruise in December 28th, so we're going over New Year's on Odyssey of the Seas. There is a magnet exchange, which would be a lot easier for us to pack.
Well, easy for
As long
you
as it's only
because you've already told me this is what we're doing.
one or two magnets. Yeah,
And
right.
I'm already trying to combine way more things into that one magnet than I should. So, but
Because we can make our own magnets.
I know,
We can
but
print
I'm
them
not
and stuff
really
like that.
just saying that
Yeah.
because I'm like shaming us for not. I mean, it was our first time with both, so we know better now. But I'm open,
You guys gave us great ideas.
and
Put
I
it
have a
that way.
little glint in my eye because
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is sort of like Christmas and sort of like other things, and I can ask you for us to do things that are maybe a little more personalized or a little
Yeah.
more.
And we're not flying for this one. We're taking the train to
Yeah.
New Jersey.
But even
So
if we do fly, I'm not flying with 4,000 pounds of magnets this time.
yeah.
So I think we can bring whatever.
So Sarah says one of her gifts was a personalized cup. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that is very
That's
cool.
very nice.
Yeah. The gifts were just amazing.
Yeah.
From everybody. I mean, they really
Yep.
were.
Sarah goes magnet PTSD.
I mean, yeah. When we packed to go home, it was like, how many magnets can go in this bag? And let's spread them out across all the bags so they're not concentrated into one bag. And we did not have any problems on the way
No,
home.
no, it was
Although
great.
the plane we got on, I don't think they would have cared.
Yeah,
Honestly, we could have had God knows what in those bags. I think they would have just been like, go home.
that was a late flight for us. It
It was a
didn't
late
board until
flight.
8:15 at
Mhm.
night, so we sat at the Houston Hobby
Oh, that's our
Airport
fault.
for quite a long time. Yeah, because it was just the
Yeah.
least expensive option to
Yeah.
book. I mean, we paid for it with all points, so it didn't really cost us anything out of pocket. Um, but in order to do that, so we didn't get home
And doing that
until
at
1:30 in the
Tampa's
morning.
airport was a bit different than trying to do
Yeah,
it at Houston.
Tampa's airport is
Yeah.
way more comfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot more options for seating,
And
eating.
beautiful. You just want to get up and walk around and you
Yep.
feel like you're enjoying vacation still. Houston Hobby is
You
an
have one
airport.
thing where
Yeah.
you can sit really until before security. Once you're past security, there's a few more options,
But
but
it's
not a
still,
lot. Yeah.
you're waiting at airport terminals. And then you get down past the gate once we got checked in, and there was lots of places to sit, but we realized it was because half of the gates were empty and nobody
Yeah.
was coming or going from them. And unfortunately, where the bar was, not that we got anything, but still where the bar was and the comfortable seating was like an American Airlines part that wasn't even near our gate, really.
Yeah.
But we got home in one piece.
One piece,
sort of.
yep.
One crumpy piece.
Basically got home, left all of our stuff, sat for maybe 10, 15 minutes, and then just went to bed.
Oh, once we got in the house.
Yeah. Left everything in the bag till the next day.
I think we would have done that anyway.
Probably. That's probably true. But it was a very good cruise. I appreciate all the people from the Facebook group and, them willing to share information, just being so kind and, even, introducing themselves to us when, some of them saw us on the pre-live, and that's always fun to meet people.
Yeah, for sure.
I wish we had, table mates or dinner mates in the main dining room.
That's true.
But we still enjoyed each other's company. It was just us. I think it was only supposed to be one other couple.
And there were some meet and greets and some other things that we probably could have gotten to or wanted to, but then they were when we had other things planned or we had one that we signed up for the wrong one.
And then
just getting mixed up.
And it seemed like everybody who put events on the calendar, their times were changing. It wasn't just us.
No.
I thought it was at first, but it seemed, Sarah, I believe, had the same issue.
Yeah. There was like a 2-hour differential on a lot of them.
And then the slot pools had the same thing. Yep. And so it was getting kind of confusing, and I'm not sure why it changed.
Yeah. And I don't know if it was just us or that happens when you have groups that are on one coast and then.
But a good note to self is when we're doing these things in the future and we know we're going to be in a different time zone, is to make sure we say in the event it will be ship's time.
Right.
No matter what the event time says. So
it was definitely crazy. There was just, and for me, I felt, well, we also sat down 2-3 weeks before, because I always do my silly little graph thing that's just my habit to do about each night of the cruise, and I had you kind of give me the dates and times for things that we knew we wanted to participate in, and I know some of those were meet and greets that I had down for like 8 p.m. or something. And then you had said somewhere in between, oh, I don't know if it's 8 or 7, and then when we were on the ship, or you thought it was 6 or something, then we're on the ship, it looked like it was 7. We just got super confused.
Hey, Zaire.
Oh, boy.
He's on the Mardi Gras right now. Thanks for tuning in, bud.
So what's Zaire doing? What does Zaire do? It's not just what would Zaire do. It's also what does Zaire do.
So Sarah, Zaire is a good friend of ours. He's also a travel agent. Him and his wife Jacita run Stress Free Cruising. That's their YouTube channel. But their main travel agency is Petway Travel. He's a great guy. He's been a mentor to me.
And he should mentor him more on turning the sound off of his phone so your phone keeps interrupting us.
Was that?
Yes, that was you again.
Typically I do.
Anyway, go on.
Yeah. So Zaire's a great guy. He's been my mentor for us starting out in both YouTube and the travel agency business. So I couldn't ask for a better friendship so far. So I appreciate you, Zaire. And Jacita.
Have you shared directly with them our drama on the ship yet?
I shared bits and pieces. Okay. Yes.
Well, I'm just saying because we kind of shared earlier than we originally planned. I don't know if you feel the need to share again or. No,
he can watch the replay.
What would Zaire do? He would just watch the replay.
He would anyway, but
forget the live stuff. We're better off.
He may have been on here anyway. I saw a second person pop in earlier. Okay. He may have just been hiding. He didn't want to get yelled at. He yelled at me for getting on their live while we were on the ship.
Hi, Zaire. Hi, Jacita. I was going to say, now I've got this whole camo theme for your What Would Zaire Do t-shirt.
That's what he gets for being late. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, being late is the only way I survive through life, despite this man who likes to get everywhere at least half an hour
Early
early.
is on time. On
Early
time
is
is
like,
late.
yeah, yeah, but you're not that traditional 15-minute thing. You're more like half an hour, 45 minutes early.
Oh, Zaire said that he just came back from the dreaded guest services.
Oh no, oh no. What was your dreaded? I'm afraid to ask.
Hopefully, something that got resolved easily.
What time did they get on the show? Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Never had one of those until the last one. I don't like that at all. I like it if they know what the heck is you're being called for.
Right. Yep. But other than that, it was a great cruise. The excursions we did were fantastic. Um, we've got some videos coming out on the private excursion I booked.
Oh, that was
Not
lovely.
well, the two different ones. We booked we booked the private romantic getaway for two through Carnival,
That
which
was the
was
one on the last day,
the
the last
last
port
day.
day. That
Yeah.
was just amazing.
And
They were
then
all great. But
we had booked when we were in Mahogany Bay, we did the private one where we went to Brady's Key, and that was great too. Now
yeah,
we didn't book that through the ship; that was on our own. Um, and so we've got some videos coming out about all these things.
it
You
was
lose
good.
track. There
No,
you go.
it's just
All right.
hard because they were there.
It
So
was. It was
yeah,
a lot of fun. The boat ride. It was about an hour boat ride to get there.
an hour.
Yeah, it was about 50-55 minutes.
I think no, not for that one. You're thinking the catamaran. Oh no,
For
I'm
the
confusing.
romantic one, is one.
Oh, on the
Yeah,
last day,
on the last
not
day.
the. Oh,
Sorry.
I
Yeah.
thought you said Roatan. I'm sorry, my
No, no,
brain is
no. The
outside.
Roatan one was literally 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it was still kind of cool to have the little boat
Yep.
ride,
The private island.
and really cool when they took us around to see the tigers. I think we keep
When we
forgetting
left.
to
Yeah.
mention. Yeah,
Um.
but yeah, but this, yeah, definitely the romantic one was
I mean, it
fantastic.
was it was $200 for the two of us, and you got, like I said, you got the catamaran ride to the island.
Mhm.
Once you get to the island, they escort you to the private area that you booked, and you get one of the casita beds, and then you get lounge chairs,
The what bed?
the casitas, the beds, the giant beds. Remember?
I didn't remember what they were called. I was,
Yeah, they're called
and it's
casitas.
bad. I've taken Spanish now. How many times recently, and still don't know much Spanish.
Yeah, and they had you can draw the curtains and all that, and
Oh, we spent so much time setting up the curtains, and
and then
did
we
we
really
lay
did
on the bed ever?
nope.
No, we just kept our phones on it to protect us from
Yeah,
the
it
heat.
was so funny, and we sat on the lounge
Yeah,
chairs the most of
yeah,
the time, and then we were in the water the most of
yeah.
the time.
Yep.
But they had a six-pack of
Kayak.
beer in
Oh,
the
yep,
cooler for us, and then you had the open
yep.
bar, and it was unlimited drinks there. They fed us lunch.
Yes.
We had the mahi mahi tacos, which were
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yep.
I mean, it was great. It was well worth the $200.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, typically with um, excursions like that, you feel like they're overvalued and you're not getting
Right.
quite what
Oh
you pay
no. If
for.
anything, we didn't have enough time to do a lot of things that were
Yeah.
available. If we were younger and probably more like, let's do this and let's do that. They had kayaks that we just didn't ever
Yep.
get around to trying. There were swings, all kinds of things that,
Swings in the
yeah,
water.
yep,
Yep. Zaire, it was in Cozumel.
yep,
Yeah, we did that one in Cozumel. The one we did in Mahogany Bay was Brady's Key, and we
yeah,
booked that
yeah.
through
That was great
ourselves.
too.
And we didn't do anything for Costa Maya. I'm not a fan of Costa Maya
Now, well,
port.
wait, hold on,
I just
before
wasn't.
you start, hold on, before you start trashing all of
I'm
Costa
not
Maya, not
trashing it.
trashing it,
I
but
said the
complaining.
port. I wasn't
Sorry.
a fan of the port.
Okay, not a fan of the port, but keep in mind if we had an excursion that was outside the port, I don't think the port would have been so frustrating.
Probably. Yeah.
We didn't. So for us, the port was going to be kind of everything, and getting hit with high pressured makeup sales and beauty sales and cigar sales, but it was the makeup people, and it's because I'm a sucker first and foremost. But still, it was more of that. If we had an excursion that we just had to kind of get through that area and then get out and go to our excursion, I don't
Yeah.
think it would have bothered them. It was that was really all we were looking to do. And besides getting hawked by everybody, because apparently your wife has horrible bags under her eyes. Clearly, even when they've already been treated, other people feel the need to treat them, even though I had sunglasses on. It was very interesting.
Yeah.
But
And the sarcasm was bad that day.
yeah,
So
yeah, not sarcasm,
sargasm.
sarcasm, and
Yeah.
it was because it was stinky. So
Yeah.
what port was the romantic getaway?
I already told him it was Cozumel.
Okay.
Yep. So yeah, but we had a blast in Cozumel. Even the last time we were there, we enjoyed it.
Oh, that
So
was the sea track last time.
yeah,
Right?
sea track. So
Yeah.
we're a fan of Cozumel so far.
Yeah, for sure. Roatan was also.
Roatan was beautiful. Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Christian, our guide for the day, so to speak, was an amazing guy.
Guide, babysitter, poor man had to babysit.
He's a new father too. His baby is absolutely beautiful.
He probably doesn't feel new. She was like 10 months old.
Yeah.
Months or something, but new in our minds. Yeah. He was very sweet.
Very nice guy.
Yeah. I mean, very impressed too with, again, just the willingness of people to do the things they do when you arrive, to take you on excursions and be as kind and open as they are for as little money as they're really getting. It's still, every time we travel, it's just amazing to us. It kind of opens our hearts in ways we didn't even know there was to open.
We met so many amazing staff on the ship. We like to ask them about them, get to know their culture a little bit. Just
Sarah had the same experience.
Yeah.
The lady in the front might have been that beautiful girl that from Israel that suckered me into coming and sit. I don't mean suckered. She didn't do anything wrong. She was very sweet. She was very pretty. And yes, my under eyes looked so much better for quite a while, but it was a little bit of a pushy sales.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Zaire says the Mardi Gras internet keeps going out. It's a sign telling you get back to enjoying your cruise.
Probably. Yep. Exactly.
Yep. That's what you would be telling me. So
yeah, for sure.
I'm just.
But thank you for.
What would Zaire say?
Oh, what do you do as well? Right? Go enjoy your cruise. See, you left out to see them.
I remember to see
I don't see a J on there.
Oh, what? Like I said, we're gonna have to make you a shirt.
I need it. More like a direct line to her going, what do I do now? What do I do with these two turkeys?
Yep. We will eventually link up and get on a cruise with them together.
Yeah.
Yes, you would. But yeah, we had a blast, and we would love to do it again. We've got several cruises that we're planning for now, though. Like I said, we have the Odyssey of the Sea coming up in December.
It seems so far away.
It's only a few months, right?
But it will be the longest we've gone.
Yep. And then in March we have the Star Princess, which is a brand new ship, which is St. Thomas, St. Martin, and Turks and Caicos. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And then we booked the Carnival Horizon for the ABC Islands beginning of June. So that's our next 3 cruises. And then you have a friend at work who wants to do Virgin together.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah, so we need to plan that for hopefully early summer, and then we can enjoy the rest of our summer with, the kids and your granddaughter and stuff like that. So
we don't have any other grandchildren by then, and yeah, because we want to get them on a cruise, but it's kind of hard to even strong arm a young family into going on a cruise when they don't know when another baby might not.
And as far out as we need to plan these.
Yeah.
So we get it. We understand.
Yep. And then youngest daughter is starting her career, and
Yep, doesn't have the time off that she needs.
Yeah.
We'll eventually get there, but
and parents who love cruising, but may not be practical for them anymore either. So it's like we picked kind of the worst time in some ways.
It's all about us, baby. Yeah. It has. Very much so. I mean, we fell in love with it. We got the cruise bug, and often.
As long as we do kayaking when we're home.
Yep, and we've done some kayaking while we're away too.
Yeah, different kind of kayaking.
Different kinds,
like
but
I like the more athletic kind.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But wow, an hour and 9 minutes already. So Sarah stuck it out with us, and I really
Bless her
appreciate it.
heart.
Yeah.
Gosh, you can't stick it out with me. Well, you do. You've been sticking out with me for decades.
26 years.
Okay, decades, but yeah, but you get to pluck hearing aids out, pretend like you didn't hear me.
What?
Yeah,
What?
right. There we go.
But you know, yes. So Sarah found cruising and love it. Yeah.
Yeah, yep. Same with us. And I've had friends who are like, "Why don't you get bored? What do you do?" I mean, how do you? I'm like, "What do you mean? What do we do? There's never anything not to do. If anything, there's too much to do."
Yeah. There's always
But
something
how are
to
you
do.
so active? Well, you have a gym just like you would have at home. So if that's your habit, go for it. And then there's so many other things to do. It's impossible not to be active if
Yeah.
you don't
We are
want to
we
be.
are more active when we're on our cruises than any other time, I believe. I mean, we work out pretty
Depends
much
on the
every day at
cruise.
home, but
It depends on the cruise.
yeah, it's true. But this last cruise, we were super active.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, as far our step count was massive.
Okay. Well, I'm not really
Not when we
yeah,
got
but
to our
well, you were
destinations,
but
but
remember though, you were also going and doing ship tours and all that I wasn't doing. So I kind of
yeah,
had to rely on the fitness room and that
yeah,
kind of
that's true.
stuff. So
But thank you guys for joining us tonight. We're gonna
absolutely.
go ahead and wrap this up. We don't want to take any more of your Friday night away from you. Again, we appreciate it.
Did Zaire get to hear the whole story? If
I don't
not, I
know.
guess you can just
Yeah,
share it with him, but he needs to be
yeah, we'll
cruising
talk.
anyway.
Yeah, we'll talk.
Yeah,
But thank you, Sarah. Please stay in touch.
absolutely.
Um, and if we can ever help you out with anything, or if you have any questions or anything, and by all means, just reach out.
Yeah, because as everybody else learns, we learn too. So
Yep, absolutely, and that's
yeah,
what it's all about. We just want to help people have as much fun as we're having. It was
we
great
are.
meeting you too, Sarah. Thank you so much. And we're gonna say goodnight.
Night.
Bye, Zaire.